Things you must know when changing your engine oil and how to properly tighten your oil filter. Let's begin. Some mechanics likes to open this and leave it open, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. This way you allow air to get in, so that way the oil will drain properly. Under the car, this one right here is your engine oil filter. And that one right there, this bolt right here is the drain plug. We are gonna be using a 14mm socket. Although I'm using a power tool, this is not necessary. I'm using it just to make my job easier, but you can use any regular tool that you have available. If the engine was recently running, just be careful because the engine oil might be hot. This will be a good time to inspect the plug, make sure the washer is fine, the threads are okay and nothing is wrong with it. Otherwise, I would suggest that you go ahead and replace it. I'm using a power tool to tighten this plug back, but it's not recommended. I would suggest that you get any hand tool and do not over tighten this plug. Otherwise, you could easily damage the thread and we don't want that. Now, to make things easier for me when removing the filter, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a punch at the bottom so that way it will drain any oil remaining inside the filter. So that way when I'm taking the filter out, I don't have oil all over my hand. Because of the heat of the engine, sometimes the filter tended to be stuck. So that's why I'm using this tool. It shouldn't be a thing, but in this case, I have to use it. Now you want to make sure that the gasket came out with the filter. Like you can see right here, that's the gasket. Sometimes the gasket likes to stay there and we don't want that. Just make sure that the gasket is not there. Take some oil and put it on the new filter's gasket. Now I want to show you something. Once the filter's gasket barely touches the engine, take the filter and make a mark on it. Just keep in mind that mark is gonna represent your 12 o'clock, and then you want to rotate the filter until between 9 and 12. So it will be one full rotation or a quarter less. No more than that. Don't use any tools. You're gonna only use hand to do this. If you have to use any tool, then just leave it the way it is because it is most likely it is already super tight. Do not over tight the filter or you will have issues when you try to remove it next time. This is a 2019 and the oil that is recommended is a full synthetic 0W20. That's what I'm gonna be using. The amount of oil needed in quarter for this engine is 4.7. And that's it. Thank you for watching.